What's up, Internet? It's your dumbass, Panicos Gaming, and we're finally back. It's been a minute, because I've been in the middle of moving and stuff. Right, I'm in the menu. I was getting confused why I wasn't looking around with the right stick, because I was in the menu, dumbass. But yeah, so we're back. This will be a kind of short stream, be like an hour and a half. I woke up really late. And I think daytime streams are going to be the new normal. Actually, I have a pretty good idea what my schedule is going to be moving forward. But let's actually get some stuff moved around here. As you can see, we have plenty of eggs. We are not going to get through all these tonight. Or today, rather. Wow. Already messing that up. Let's go... What's a good town? Have we been to Los Platos for doing this stuff? Because I know I did stuff in the main town, in Lavencia. So we'll come over here. I think we've done, like, one hunt over here, but maybe not. I have no idea which, like, episode this is. Panicos stream that I'm actually awake for. Hey, what's up, Neptune? Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing day streams now. I hadn't actually planned on that when I was moving. Because, like, I'm not very good about getting up on time unless I absolutely have to, like, for my job that actually pays me. So I had planned on still doing night streams after getting all my stuff set up, but then I realized there's really no way to make this room, like, reasonably soundproof. Not like, you know, scream it in, no one cares. But, like, even, like, talking level, like, for streaming, it was just gonna be... I could tell I was going to be a nuisance, so it's just like, alright, well, I guess I have to get up early now, even though I've already failed that on the first day. Waking up is overrated anyways. Very much agree. But yeah, I think, with that little voice crack there, I think right now my plan is Tuesday through Saturday. I want to start streaming around, like, 11 a.m. It's currently 1 p.m., so, you know, we're somewhere in the ballpark, right? Close enough. But yeah, that's kind of, like, the idea right now. Maybe some Mondays as well. We'll see. But yeah, try and do some, like, 3-hour streams, and then Tuesdays actually should be, like, pretty long streams. And I think I'll use that to do, like, playthroughs of stuff. Probably not, like, you know, a full playthrough in a single day, but, like, just so that way I can make considerable progress in games and not be, like, doing 2-hour chunks of it. You're a night person, but you've been too busy to stay awake until 3 a.m.? Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely prefer to be a night person, but, you know... I have, like, other roommates and stuff now, so I can't just do whatever I want, unfortunately. Also, on that note, speaking of, like, soundproofing and stuff, if you buy acoustic foam on Amazon, do not bother with double-sided tape. It's just not gonna stick. I bought, like, a pack of, like, I think it was 48 acoustic panels, and they're just, you know, foam panels. Like, they're nothing special. It was like $40 for 50 of them, basically. And then I bought a big, like, 120 pack of, like, squares of double-sided tape. And the foam just does not stick to the double-sided tape at all. I think probably 80% of the panels that I put up, I've had to, like, just put a thumbtack through them to keep them up because they just will not stick to the foam. Which is a shame. Because I really wanted that to be like an easy, quick solution. I'll probably do on my YouTube channel at some point here a, like, I guess, room tour or whatever. Because I do actually really like my setup right now. And it's going to get a little bit better soon. The reason why I haven't done that video yet is I want to... or I'm probably getting a lot of Pokemon stuff tomorrow. Or today. Pokemon, like the collectible tins from, or collectible with air quotes, from the trading card game. Because one of my coworkers does, like, a lot of, like, buying and selling cards, stuff like that. And so he has a ton of that stuff left over. When I asked him about it, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll give you a bunch of stuff, because it's all stuff that he can't really sell because the tins aren't worth anything without cards, but also he doesn't want to just throw out because they're not like... well, they're cheap, but they're not, like, they're cool designs and stuff, and like the Pokeball tins, which I already have a bunch of, actually. So once I get a bunch of that stuff, I'm going to put up another bookshelf, and then I still have like a couple of paintings and stuff to hang up, and actually, right in front of me, I have a spot in the acoustic foam where I want to, might be a good stream idea, designing this, but I want to design my own, like, Pokemon type chart. Like, for, you know, fire hits grass, super effective. And you can just look at, like, the grid and see that. I just want to, like, right above my monitor, because I'm stupid, I can never remember my typings. But also, I don't want to just, like, print one out off of, like, just print out, like, the ones off of Google or whatever. Your room sounds like the opposite of mine, considering I have nothing on the wall at all. I mean, that's generally how I've been, honestly. But this time around, I don't know. Something about, like, just having, like, a single room that's mine and not worrying about, like, anything else makes me kind of care more about it. And it's... I don't know, since I was going to put up the foam anyways, I started thinking about, like, oh, well, if I'm going to be doing that, let's go ahead and decorate. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas for things I want to do now, too. Like my, I finally, now that I've cleaned out my storage unit, like, I finally went and got all my Lego stuff again. So my Lego, the cars, like, not the Speed Champions ones, but like the expensive, like, $200 ones. So I have, like, I've built the Mustang, the Fiat, and the Beetle. And then I've had for a couple years now the Porsche 911. And it's just been sitting in storage because I haven't had time to build it and I didn't have space for it and all that. But now that I'm going to have bookshelf space for all that stuff, I'm going to, like, I want to build that on stream. I also might pick up the Camaro, too, that they have right now. Before that, well, that one should probably be around for a while if the Mustang's still available, but, you know, still. We have a single wooden board in the shape of a baseball bat that says World Series Champs 2018. Everything else is just cluttered desks and bookshelves. I mean, my bookshelf is not really much better right now. Like, a bunch of, like, the spare stuff from the Lego stuff I have, like, tucked behind the models and stuff. There's, like, yeah, it's not perfect. But, again, part of that is I have no reason to clean it up right now because if I'm going to be getting a bunch of free stuff, I'm going to be setting up another bookshelf probably on Monday. Bookshelf has less on the actual shelves and more on the top of the structure itself. Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be a bit of a thing. But yeah, I definitely want to do, like, a Lego build stream. I think I need... I'm just going to get, like, a second webcam. And I'll get one that's, like, actually somewhat decent, so that way I can, like, point that at the spot on my desk where I would be building stuff. Because it's... My desk is, like, a big L-shaped one from IKEA. It's also not very stable, which is a shame because every time, like, I move a little bit, the microphone shakes. And, like, all the monitors and stuff. Yeah, I can get that set up, and then also I can, since I'll have 2 webcams for it, I'll be able to just, like, not worry about moving the current one, and I can just leave it in its spot. But also I need to get my second monitor actually working. Somehow I lost my, it's like a really old monitor, like an old 4x3 thing that's probably almost 20 years old, if not actually that old at this point. And you know, I can't justify replacing it because it still works, but the problem is it's only has a VGA input, and I had an HDMI to VGA converter, and I don't know what I did with that. So, I have to get another one of those. And just some other little stuff. So, like, I'm definitely not fully set up yet. I just didn't want to spend like $300 all in one go last week, especially when I'm getting a paycheck today, actually. I think it might have come in today or tomorrow, something like that. Like 4 baseball trophies, bunch of Funko Pops, bunch of wire. Yeah, that's usually how my shelving and stuff has been. It's just this time I've had a chance to just kind of do it right, since I wasn't like moving all my stuff in at the same time. Also, my closet is a train wreck right now. I have like giant rubber bins just like full of stuff in there because it's just like stuff that I don't need right now, but also I know as soon as I throw it out it's going to be something that I need. Their setup is a lot better than mine, at least. Yeah, I mean, I like my setup. It just needs to be like finished. I'm not sure how setting up the second monitor is going to interact with what's it called? FreeSync? Because I have like my main monitor is pretty nice. But, you know, I would like to have my like anything moved over to the second monitor. Like if I could put OBS on the second monitor and then actually like be able to play the game on my monitor instead of playing it through OBS and having, you know, a small amount, not massive, but a small amount of input lag because of that. That's part of why like Mario Kart is a train wreck when I play it, because I'm like reacting a tenth of a second behind when things are actually happening. Or also like with the Super Mario games, trying to play those. That's part of the problem. Also, I just don't like those games. Super Mario World was okay, but at that point it was already a little bit tilted from Super Mario 1. Super Mario 1 is just... I cannot stand having a platformer where you take your finger off the controls and like a full second later you stop moving. That isn't just like a lag issue. That's just like, playing any online game would be hell. It wouldn't be great, most likely, yeah. Like, that's why when I've done PC games, I bring up the window and put it over my OBS, so that way I can still, like, around the edges of it, I can still see, like, chat and, like, the activity feed and stuff like that. But, like, I can still play in real time. Rainbow Six Siege. But 1 second delay, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I don't do much, like, online multiplayer stuff anymore. Like, I already get tilted enough with Super Mario games. I don't need to, like, actually try to be competitive. But yeah, I definitely want to start playing some more games. I've been saying this for like 6 months. I've been saying this for like a year, actually. But like, you know, mix it up a little bit more. Satisfactory just had the experimental version of Update 8 come out, which I've played around with a little bit. For some reason, Coffee Stain Studios hasn't learned from every other example of or pretty much every other example of developers changing game engines mid-development, it almost always is a disaster. If you read the discussion comments on the Steam, on Steam for the experimental update, you would think it's a disaster. It's actually not too bad. It's very stuttery because it updates to Unreal 5, but it's not as bad as like the comments would make you think it is, because it's like, I don't know, the frame rate was reasonable. Like, yeah, I had to turn down my settings from ultra everything, but like that's not surprising because it's like, you know, Unreal 5. Like it's a major step up, so the ultra quality in Unreal 5 is way higher than ultra in Unreal 4. I know that's not exactly how it works, but you know, broadly speaking, Unreal 5 has a lot more potential. Yeah, like you're saying, Neptune. In the long run, it should be a major upgrade. It is visually already. The new lighting is like really cool. And I've only just played with it. Looking at other people's like screenshots and stuff, it looks sick. And it does, like, it completely fixed the vehicle physics, where before vehicles on like the natural terrain worked fine, but on platforms or foundations or whatever, it's a train wreck. Like, it's basically, there's like a tiny, or there was in update 7 and previously, like a tiny seam in between each of the foundations, and you can't see through it or anything. It's not really perceptible to the player, but for whatever reason it wreaks havoc on the vehicle physics, and like they'll like glitch and jump around every time you cross over from one platform to the other. So it made it really hard to like drive vehicles on platforms and stuff, which was a shame, because like you can see people make like road networks and stuff with them, you know. But the new update fixes all that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream it just yet, because it is a little again, it's like the frame rate can stay high, but also sometimes it just plummets or it stutters a lot. But also that's for me flying around, because they also added a bunch of like options for just like if you just want to they basically made it so you can create your own creative mode, which is very good. I wish they would just like make it a mode instead of you have to like select God mode and flying and able to able to just like give yourself items, stuff like that. Like, I wish they would just create a creative mode so it isn't selecting a bunch of options. But like, I saw people getting upset. It's like, oh wow, God mode, you know, sleeping emoji. It's like, who cares? Like, it's literally an option. Just don't turn it on, asshole. Early in development, so that will probably eventually probably, I hope so. I mean, I'm also making it sound more tedious than it is, but it's, you know, it's just weird that they're creating, you know, all the things you need for creative mode, but they didn't create like actual creative mode. People complain about optional things can suck your dick. Yeah, it's like, there's no, just don't use it. This isn't like an online game, even. I mean, it has multiplayer, but like, not really like it's cooperative multiplayer. I don't think there's even matchmaking or anything, which is good because, you know, I don't think Satisfactory would be a game that I'd ever want to try matchmaking in. Then again, I wouldn't think of Borderlands as a game that I would ever want to try matchmaking in. And people love doing that for some reason, so I don't know. Actually, to be fair, I say people. It's probably a small number of people, but still. Alright, another box down. Still no shiny. Borderlands is hilarious. I love Borderlands. I'm like one of the weirdos that like I still think Borderlands 1 is probably the peak. Obviously with some issues. But like I feel like Borderlands 1 just nailed the aesthetics so well of just like, yeah, this is a fucking shithole. Go kill shit. Like it wasn't trying as hard to be as funny as Borderlands 2, and it wasn't like, you know, Borderlands 2 is a lot more colorful in every way, kind of, because, you know, there's definitely things that are better about it, but it just, I don't know. The humor in Borderlands 1 wasn't really as, like, slapstick comedy, I felt like. It was more just, like, a dry, like, humor. I don't know. It's like weird to explain because there's stuff like, you know, Nine Toes where it's like also has 3 balls. And it's just like, you know, weird, dumb jokes. But like the world itself is quite literally dry. I mean, again, it's an arid wasteland. And it's just like, I don't know. There's just something about Borderlands 1 that like has always hit for me better. Also, it didn't help that my first impression of Borderlands 2 was not great because when that game first came out, the loot was not good. Like, they made legendary weapons so rare that I didn't ever see one when I originally played the game. Borderlands 2 is your favorite. I mean, I would probably agree that Borderlands 2 is the better game of the two. It's just something with Borderlands 1 just hits just right. But yeah, when Borderlands 2 first came out, I played like 2.5 playthroughs of it before the first DLC had come out. And did not see a single legendary weapon throughout all of that. Not including the like one like Flame of the Firehawk shield or whatever. That's like a guaranteed legendary, but like it's a quest reward, so it could be white and it'd be exactly the same. I think my count's off. There we go. That was better than when you sarcastically guessed a boss fight and that turned out to be the actual fight. Yeah, speaking of guessing, that's part of why Borderlands 3 doesn't hit as well. It's just like, I don't know, man. That story was just, I don't know. Borderlands 3, like, better gameplay than Borderlands 2, I would think. I loved the weapon variety. Like, I never really felt like, even in Borderlands 2, you feel like a lot of times you're getting what's basically the same gun. Because you start noticing a lot of the same parts and stuff. Man, it seemed like Borderlands 3, there was a lot more variety, which was very much appreciated. Also, you have, like, the gun that you get near the end of the game that can literally just generate legendary weapons for you. I feel like Borderlands 3 is the opposite of Borderlands 2. Where Borderlands 2, they, like, really tried to dial back how many legendaries you get, which was a shame. But then Borderlands 3, just, like, I feel like you get even more legendaries than you did in 1. To a kind of excessive degree, but also there's so many that it isn't as bad. Borderlands 3 is a classic issue of really good story that gets dragged out a little. Yeah, I don't know. Some of it, like, seemed very predictable at times. The ending was, like, very, like, oh, okay. And part of that is you see it coming, but also, like, at that point, I feel like, I don't know. It's just, something about it, I don't know, just did not work very well for me. Like, I loved playing through it, doing co-op with my friend, but also it wasn't, like, I don't know. I'm also like trying not to be too spoilerly, but which is weird because that game came out in 2019, so it's almost 4 years old now. So I don't know why I'm worried about that, but also I still haven't finished the DLC for Borderlands 3. We need to go back and do that at some point. Because we did the first one, I think. I'm like not even remembering what it was now, though. Great thing about Borderlands games is it introduced new kind of story and style, so now that you've seen it twice, it's no longer new and interesting. I think it presented, not prevented. It presented it in a different way. I don't know if it's like so much new kind of story and style. It was definitely like, if not the first looter shooter, it was the first looter shooter that anyone cared about. And was reasonably well executed. And I mean, that's most of the game industry, right? It's taking some other idea and adapting it to like a new way of exploring it. Man, it's just different than majority of people. Yeah, I mean, it was. Like, I agree with you on that. Like, there hadn't really been a game like Borderlands before. But also, I guess it's just like, you know, it's like the looter mechanics that we've had in Diablo since forever and stuff like that. But yeah, I think there's a lot of good Borderlands 3. I think the story was kind of... I think a lot of people agree with this, too. The story was definitely the weak point. Yeah, I don't know. Also, part of it is I, like, played it so late into it. I think I would have probably enjoyed Borderlands 3 a lot more if I had been, like, really playing it from launch. I actually bought it right after launch, but I didn't really play much of it. And that game seems like, with them adding content and stuff and how many legendary weapons you get, it seems like that game would have been a lot more interesting to me in, like, at launch, basically, if I had, like, committed to it at the time. Kind of like how I am with the Honkai Star Rail right now, where I know if I like fall off for more than a, you know, like we'll say a month or something, I'm probably just like not ever gonna really care about the game again. Though that's not really the same. Honkai is specifically developed to be that way because, oh, you don't want to miss out on content because, you know, gacha mechanics and stuff. It, like, definitely preys on FOMO, but oh well. Alright, decided not to get into Honkai for that exact reason. Yeah. I mean, at least unlike Genshin, I really enjoyed the gameplay. Like, Genshin I liked, but I'm not really a big fan of, like, action RPGs. But Honkai being turn-based, she's like, okay, cool, this is awesome. I love this. I wish it was a little bit more fleshed out, but, I mean, it's effectively a mobile game, so I'm not going to be too surprised about that. But yeah, I've already, I think once I, like, actually miss a character, because so far I haven't missed any. All 3 of them, I guess. 3? Or was there someone before Seal? There might have actually been someone before Seal, I think, now that I think about it. I started a little bit into the game being out. But not super long. I don't think... Whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I've gotten the last 3 just fine. But once like I actually miss a character, I think that's when I'll probably fall off pretty hard. To be like, okay, well now I'm missing content, so Especially if it's a good character, which they probably all will be. I'm sure that game's gonna have some massive power creep. Because Seal was like, or is basically the single best character in the game. Just because of the insane amount of damage she can put out. Whoever the next guy was, it's something like, it's like an Asian name, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce it because I'm just going to massacre it. And then I got Silver Wolf last night before, something like that. So whenever like the next one comes out, we'll try and get that, and we'll just keep going at it. I mostly just get on every night and do my dailies, and then use up all my energy and move on. I've really gotten into strategy games recently. Plays in the part of the brain that needs to be hyper efficient. I know with that game, if I missed anything, that part of your brain's not gonna be fixed on. Yeah, for now that I've kept up with it, I'm gonna keep up with it, but as soon as I fall off, that game will probably just be, for lack of better terms, it'll be dead to me. Just because it'll be like, I don't care anymore. And it'd probably be good if that happened too, because I am like, after work every day, spending like 2 hours playing that game. Just doing stuff. And it's like, I should really be like doing anything else, honestly. Like I've been working on some of the like stream pop and stuff. Actually, a lot of that stuff is missing right now. Oh, I took it out of my like stream elements thing because it, like the schedule, since I'm changing that and I haven't updated that card yet. I did update my shiny decks, so that's good to go. I actually need to update the one on my Twitch profile and like the card stuff. Try to remember to do that sometime today. Probably when I get home. But yeah, I got that updated. I still need to work on the actual living decks, like the non-shiny one. Because since I'm like putting the rainbow effect on that one as well, like I do with the YouTube VODs and the schedule cards. But yeah, I need to like do those. But the problem is the like rainbow effect thing takes a hot minute to do. Mostly because I think I do it the hard way. Because I like make it in GIMP. And it like, my way of doing it is basically, I take a one that like all the colors are, or all the color is red. And then I just keep creating new layers of that and shifting the hue a little bit further each time until it eventually loops back around to being red. And then, yeah, I just turn that into a GIF. Partially I do that because I think I could probably do it easier in like Sony Vegas, but it's not... The way that you would have to do it in Sony Vegas is like a pain in the ass because it creates a massive file if you have any transparency. And actually it's like kind of, you have to fiddle around with like different file types and stuff to even get transparency because it's, you know, creating a video, and video isn't really intended to have that function. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it with like image software too, like GIMP or Photoshop or whatever. I just like can't figure out how to do it because anytime I try and like look into it, like doing an animated rainbow effect or whatever, it's all like Google just gives me a bunch of results for rainbow gradients, and it's like, okay, that's not what I wanted. Fuck off. And if I try and like say color shift, and those results aren't helpful either because it just shows you like, yeah, here's how you change the hue. And it's like, that's not what I want. I want to make an animation, damn it. I don't know. My way works. It just takes a little while because it's a lot of copy, paste, go and edit something. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's a little bit of work to do. But I'll be working on it. But yeah, I do think the schedule right now is I'm going to be trying to stream by 11 a.m. That's Mountain Standard Time. And, you know, Tuesday will be like a nice long stream because I don't actually work on that day. And then also do Wednesday through Saturday as like God, I don't know why. I just completely lost my train of thought. Just like shorter streams. There we go. 11 to like 2. Assuming I wake up on time. Like again, today I started a little bit late. What do I do for work? It's just retail shit, basically. Nothing, anything special. Just pays the bills. Swap out, right? Yes, okay. Oh, yeah. And going back to wanting to play other stuff. Also, I just realized I left my stream set up for 60 FPS today. Hold on a second, sorry. I want to look at what I'm... output. Okay, I am at least at 1080. Okay. I didn't do like 720p 60. I forgot to change that because I think my last stream was doing NSO stuff, and that was, I figured, probably better in 60 anyways. But yeah, so I've been like wanting to do car mechanic sim on stream. And I've been thinking about it, and I kind of went like, maybe I won't. Because I basically already completed the whole game. I'm just basically restoring cars all the way and then selling them for the achievement where you have to do that for 50 cars. Which is a little bit tedious. But I'm at like 40-something right now. And what do you know, Game Pass decided, hey, we're adding car mechanics. So, you know, I guess I'll go and play through it again. Maybe. Because I would like to get the gamer score. But also, apparently a lot of the achievements are super screwy. So, I'll probably do one stream of it, of the like, Xbox on PC version. And if, like, achievements don't pop or aren't tracking properly, then I'm just going to be like, okay. That's all I need to do. But apparently, like, yeah, a lot of the achievements have been glitched, and, like, they've gotten better with updates, but also then, like, other stuff breaks. Which is weird, because the Steam version works perfectly. And I can't imagine it's, like, that much of a difference. Also, I think that's a Unity game. And I would think Unity is, like, pretty well embedded with, like... I must have missed one here. Yeah. With, like, you know... cooperating with achievements on, like, any platform. But who knows? See, like that... Satisfactory. I keep on mentioning ATS, maybe at some point. I think ATS will wait until the next DLC for it comes out, which I don't think there's even a date for yet. Because the thing is, all I have left in it right now is like one last achievement for Texas, which is going to a bunch of historical markers, and I don't think a stream where I'm like, I have a, browser open to look at a guide the entire time is gonna be terribly interesting. Even though I think I have done that before, but usually it's been stuff like the stakes for like the legendaries in this game and whatnot. So, stuff that's at least Pokemon related. Also, I might start a playthrough, stare at Google Stream, yeah, basically. Though, now that I do have a second monitor, once that's up and running, that could be an option. But yeah, I was gonna say, I've been thinking about, I might play through, Shield sometime soon here as well. I know it was a couple years ago that I did a Sword. And since we still don't have any of, like, the Gen 1 through 3 games on the Switch that we're, like, expecting to get at some point through NSO, or in some way, because since the emulators are on the Switch already, like, just make it. Honestly, at this point, I, like, wouldn't even mind if they were like, yeah, we're gonna release these, and then Home will come out later. I mean, they did that with this game already. So, I'd rather just play those, but since we can't yet, but it seems very likely that we will get them at some point, I don't want to, like, stream them on an emulator. Mainly because of the hope that they'll support Pokemon Home. So yeah, I think I might go back to Shield. Probably, I need to go like find used copies of Shining Pearl and Let's Go Eevee, to be honest. Or no, sorry, Let's Go Pikachu. Because basically I want to play through all the versions of the games that I haven't actually like played through. Yeah, go back to Shield, go back to Shining Pearl, and go back to Let's Go Pikachu, if I can find a used copy of those games. In fact, mainly I'd be looking for Shining Pearl, since I already own Shield on the digital format. But find a used copy of Shining Pearl. I bet they're not very expensive at this point, for a Pokemon game anyways. Not at GameStop either. There's another store I'm probably going to try and go to that should have decent deals. And also I have a bunch of stuff that, like, going through my stuff that was in storage, I have a bunch of games that I can trade in. Whether or not they'll be worth anything, who knows. But I do have some. There should be enough that at the place I'm going to, if they have, like, Shining Pearl, and get that. And then after I play through that, go back and try and get a copy of Let's Go Pikachu. I just trade in Shining Pearl for that, because I won't really care. Like, I'll make sure to get all my legendaries and, like, I guess just Arceus. I was getting, like, legendaries and mythics, but it's just Arceus. Well, I guess you do get Mew and Jirachi, right? Just by having a save data for other games. But yeah, just get like all the stuff out of the game and then go trade it in. Also, I'm probably gonna, this probably won't be on stream, but I might do another playthrough of Brilliant Diamond, just because at some point, if I ever want to, like, shiny hunt Kyogre, at least how it is right now, I'm gonna have to do that in BDSP, because that's not one that I can possibly hunt in Dynamax Adventures. Because even with, like, a group of 4 people, it's a difficult raid, and I'm not gonna have the patience for it. I don't have the patience to do Suicune, and Suicune's pretty easy comparatively. Though I will have to go back to that at some point. I don't know, we'll see. Something else I want to do, actually, going back to Lego as well, I want to try and make an auto, like, button presser with Lego stuff, with, like, a motor and something. Because I think for Let's Go Eevee, for those hunts, at least for, like, one of the Rattatas, I really, like, I don't think I'm going to stream it, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna, I want to make an auto presser so that way I can just farm up a whole bunch of Rattata, like hundreds of them. And then just let the auto presser do its thing. And then once it's gone through all of them, I can go and check to see if any are shiny. Just by, since I don't have a shiny Alolan Rattata yet, it won't be in my Pokedex in Let's Go Pikachu, or Let's Go Eevee, rather. So just after it goes through all of them, I can just go and check the Pokedex to see if I have the shiny form unlocked. And then I'll know if I got the shiny or not. But yeah, those hunts are going to be brutal. So if I can cut out even one of them, that would be ideal. I've also been thinking about just, in general, using, like, the switch up, doing, like, AFK streams, like, when I'm at work. Just set it up so that way it's just automated and it's trying to, you know, collect Pokemon. I'll make sure I have enough Pokemon that even if, like, I'm at work late, it won't run out. And just leave it playing music and doing its thing. I would love to set that up too, where it would have a counter, like this is set up, but where it would automatically count it, just every time an egg hatches. And I know it can be done. You just have to use some machine vision shit, which I am not, just not intelligent enough to do. Imagine getting raided by some big streamers or AFK streaming. I mean, generally big streamers won't stream anyone that they, or won't raid anyone that they don't already know is, like, a good channel to raid. So I'm not too worried about that happening. But that would be pretty funny. But also, yeah, I probably won't do those for the time being, because I'm still, like, hoping to get to affiliate. But also, if I do that, that is going to tank my average viewers down to, like, 1.1. Because realistically, how many people are going to watch that? Basically, they would just be loading it up to listen to the music. And maybe they happen to catch a shiny. Also, I don't think it would be against, like, the against the rules for stream elements, or sorry, not stream elements, for stream beats, because I think you just can't, like, specifically try and make, like, a stream beats radio channel or whatever. Like, there has to be part of the content. It can't just be the content in and of itself. And so I think it would be fine for that, but also, you know, that definitely is kind of getting close there, because, like you say there, probably just turn it on for the background music. Yeah. So, like, you know, technically it's just part of the content, but realistically, like, I'm not interacting with the stream in any ways, so I don't know how they're going to feel about that. Also, we're over 70% that we should have seen a shiny by now. God damn it. This hunt is kicking my ass. I mean, to catch a shiny Pokemon, yeah. That's the only thing about doing it that way is, like, going through all the Pokemon that would be hacked after like 8 hours would be... Actually, you know what? They show up as shiny in Pokemon Home. So you know what? It wouldn't be that bad to check through them. Never mind. I was going to say it's like going to be a nightmare because I have to like manually check every Pokemon up until... Do they show... Are the sprites in the boxes shiny in this game? I don't think they are they? They might be, but I don't think they are. But anyways, it's just like, it's a pain in the ass to go and check them individually. But if I can just like open it up in Pokemon Home, yeah, I think that would work fine. Okay, never mind. I was concerned that like it was going to be a pain in the ass to check all those Pokemon for shiny, but doing it that way will be pretty easy for some of them. Not all of them. Because some of them you can't even tell in Pokemon Home. Although, when they're right next to each other, some of them aren't as bad, like Gengar. Like, Gengar is not a great shiny compared to, like, the normal. Well, it looks better than the normal, because it's just darker, but it's so hard to tell. But when they're, like, a shiny and a non-shiny are right next to each other, you can usually tell pretty easily. Also, speaking of bad shinies, I've been doing trades in Pokemon Home, which reminds me I need to actually check that. But yeah, I've just been doing the surprise trades in that, and I've got 4 shinies that were like new shinies from that. No, sorry, 3 shinies that were new. Was it 3? I know I got a Alomomola or whatever, the fish Pokemon that should have absolutely been an evolution for Love Disc, but for some reason it's not. I got one of those just traded to me. I got a Togetic. Yeah, it was Togetic. Which, like, that one I was like, I had no idea it was shiny or not. I just went to double check because I always do that with the trades. For this reason. And I was like, oh, cool, it's a shiny. So I now finally have my Togekiss. So that evolution line is done. I swear there was another one as well. Oh, I got a Alolan Vulpix. That's what it was. Which that was another one that I needed and now has finished up an evolution line. And then as part of the Pokemon Go Community Day, which I had completely forgotten about until like I opened up Pokemon Go, because I've been back in that a little bit, just checking it every day or so. And yeah, the Axew Day was going, and I managed to get a random shiny out of that. I was like, cool, okay. So I did get a few shinies off of the when I was off streaming for almost 2 weeks, I think. So that was fun. You caved in and now you're playing Card Mechanics Sim? Nice. Yeah, I really hope when I do that all the achievements work, because I do want to play through it again. If only because this time I'll be like, I'll actually know what I'm doing, so it should be a little bit faster. And I'll know to basically just focus on jobs first and not worry about the other stuff until later. Being that you have to do 100 jobs, which is like a lot. Most of them can be pretty easy ones, just like, oh yeah, change the tires and change the oil and you're good to go. But yeah, we'll see. That might play that on Tuesday. Also, I might stream Monday, but it might be a little bit later. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to make a habit of streaming on Mondays, but it being that I haven't streamed for like almost 2 weeks, I might as well like add that one in as well. But maybe not. I'm thinking about it because there's a lot of there's probably a lot of stuff that I'll have to do. Again, I'm gonna find out when I go to work today. Hopefully the coworker is bringing all of the trading card game stuff. All of the like tins and whatnot that he has left over. But I want to see how much of that he has, and then yeah, Monday I'll hopefully finish setting up my or mostly finish setting up my room and everything. I'll probably have to make another purchase on Amazon soon here for like some of the extra things that I need. I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to deal with the acoustic foam situation, but I think I have an idea on that. Because again, it like the double-sided tape that I bought just does not stick to it. And the ones that are already up with thumbtacks are just going to stay that way. In fact, pretty much anything that's like on the actual walls that falls off is going to just get put up with thumbtacks. But for the door, for whatever reason, I'm being weird and I don't want to like put thumbtacks into it. I don't want to put like any holes into the door. Partially because that door is just hollow. It's just an interior door, so it doesn't really matter. But like, Jesus Christ, that thing does not stop any sound. But I think my plan for that is I'm gonna get some cardboard. I'm just gonna like, with an way overkill amount of just like super glue, just like glue the foam to the cardboard and then stick the double-sided tape to that. So that way the double-sided tape actually has something to like grab onto that isn't just like the foam that it doesn't want to stick to. And that should work. If that doesn't work, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna have to live with my door being patchy as hell with acoustic foam, and oh well. To be fair, I'd originally kind of been planning to do that just because of, again, I was going to stream at night, but there's just no way. It also doesn't help that there's a vent that goes basically from my room into the hallway, and then, but also there's the vent for the other room that has someone in it, goes from there into the hallway to the exact same spot. It's just like a T basically. So even like blocking the door or like putting foam on the door, it still like leaks out. I do have an idea on how to deal with that, but it's just like there is no way the night streams are going to be able to be a thing anymore. And to be fair, as bad as I am about getting up on time, I was also terrible about actually streaming after work, so I don't think it's really going to be any different. I'll probably be just as inconsistent as I have been. Was that the last one? That was the last one. I missed one. Okay. Alright, how many boxes have we gone through here? We've gone through 3 boxes. We'll do one more. Then we'll wrap up for the day. Feels weird to say day instead of night, but but yeah, it's nice to be back to doing this, and hopefully now we'll have a more consistent schedule and be like doing longer streams. Well, I mean, hopefully if I'm getting up at 11, I can do a little bit longer streams, like actually being up to the 3-hour mark, like I used to say that I would do. Because like I would say well yeah, I streamed like 2 to 3 hours. I like basically never streamed more than like 2. But again, that's dependent on me waking up. But Tuesdays are going to be a long like playthrough type day. Hopefully. Again, maybe this Tuesday, might be later too, just because I'm going to have stuff that I want to set up. Or I might have stuff left over from Monday that I still need to set up. We'll see. But also, like, if it's not perfectly set up by Tuesday, I think that's fine. I also don't even know if my acoustic foam is really doing anything. To be honest, just because there's like not a whole lot of it. Like, it's not completely covering the walls. There's a good amount of it, but it's like there's definitely still a lot of empty space. Yeah, maybe tomorrow I will, I might try and set up my OBS so I can just, like, stream GIMP, basically. I just work on creating my type chart poster. Because I don't know if that's going to be in the video when I do, like, the room tour or whatever. Just because I think I know where I'm going to order that from once I actually have my design. And I imagine it'll probably be like a month before I get it. But we'll see. Again, I still have to actually make the thing. But yeah, maybe that'll be tomorrow. Again, I might stream I don't know. Sundays are difficult because I go into work even earlier with heavy air quotes than normal, because it's instead of 3 p.m. it's 2 p.m. So unless, like, I get up really early, I probably won't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next few months here. Especially streaming during the day. I think the other thing with that is the night streams don't really get many viewers because there's just not as many people on Twitch. But also, there's not as many people streaming, so who knows? You'll try to be here. I appreciate that, Neptune. Sorry, my throat is getting like super dry because all I have is an energy drink. I like left my my normal drink cup that I have just full of water. I left that in my car last night, and I didn't feel like going down to get it before starting the stream. But yeah, hopefully, you know, if we can get some more viewers. Basically just, you know, until I get affiliate, and then after that, I kind of just don't care. I mean, I do, but like, the next, I don't know, like, what, why is this word, like, escaping me? But the next tier, I guess we'll say, to get to partner is, like, such a big jump that, like, I'll worry about that a long time from now. But it's like, get up to affiliate, actually get, like, the features unlocked by doing that. And then, you know, we'll just be good. Also, another thing why I want to actually, like, design my own type chart poster is, one, I think I have an idea on how I can do it that's better than a lot of them do it. But I'll have to see what it looks like when I do it, because it could be a disaster. But also, like, that'd be, like, something I could, you know, it's not list on Redbubble, because fuck Redbubble. But, you know, yeah, I can look at Stream Elements, because I know Stream Elements has their store. Just something that I can consider for a merch idea. And hopefully having two reasons, one wanting it for myself, and also being able to potentially sell the design, will be enough to get me over my laziness of not being bothered to do it. Yeah, Redbubble, a month ago, 2 months ago, they had like a really, really dumb fucking idea where they were gonna start like charging extra fees to smaller sellers, and basically everyone universally told them to go fuck themselves. I don't know if maybe they backed down on that decision, like how Twitch did with its insane, like, branding guidelines shit that they were trying to do. That was basically Twitch trying to make it impossible to run any sort of advertisement that isn't directly through them. Like, you can't do, like, a sponsored stream. Well, you could, but it was like, they are basically making it so that there would be no way that any company would give you any sort of meaningful deal to do that. And they, you know, Twitch backed down on that in, like, not even a day, because literally everyone told them to go fuck themselves. I think, what was it, OTK, that, like, group, had, like, already said that, like, if they do that, they're just gonna leave the platform. And that's, like, some of the biggest streamers on the platform. So, you know. Good job, Twitch. Twitch is generally a company that just doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, you're definitely not wrong there. Yeah, Twitch has been on a roll with exceptionally stupid ideas recently. They are extremely lucky that Mixer just collapsed, mostly because right when Mixer got announced that it was getting shut down, they had also just had a bunch of, like, stuff about just, like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was, like, a lot of, like, harassment type stuff that was getting reported about them. Like, not quite to Blizzard scale, but, like, in that kind of same realm of douchebaggery. And so I think when they were already probably not profitable yet, so Microsoft was just like, fuck it, we're just gonna kill this. There's no point in keeping this around for bad PR when it's, like, might not honestly work out. But yeah, Mixer failed, and then YouTube seems to be in no rush to make their platform any good for streaming. The biggest thing is honestly discoverability, because there's just not... YouTube doesn't seem to understand that they just need to have, like, YouTube Live and just have that be its, like, own separate page. Kind of like how they tried to do with YouTube Gaming, where it's just like, just have a separate page for Live and have a separate thing for Shorts as well, you know? I don't know if... Is there a YouTube Shorts app by itself on, like, mobile? If there isn't, then they're, like, completely stupid. Because, like, most people that are looking for live content don't really want to see a bunch of suggestions for, you know, pre-rendered content. And people that just want something that's, like, you know, like an actual, just like a normal video, aren't really looking for live. So whenever those pop up in each other's recommendations, no one cares, you know? Like, I used to see, you know, like, live streams be recommended in the, like, the sidebar when you're watching a video. And it's just like, every time it's like, why would I want to watch this? I don't care. Part of the problem also is with YouTube, like, there's only a couple streamers that anyone cares about. But again, that's just because it's just so hard to be discovered on it. You basically have to be making, like, standalone content, or I don't. What's the best term for? I think technically video on demand, but that's like, that's typically used as, like, you know, a stream that has also been uploaded afterwards, right? But it's like your normal YouTube videos. Like, unless you're someone who already has a bunch of subscribers from that, no one really ever is going to see that you're streaming, because just discoverability is so bad. And also just the chat experience is like, still. It's, like, better, but I don't know. It probably... part of the problem with that is I think just a lot of people don't use it, so a lot of people are like, yeah, chat sucks, myself included. But, like, we don't actually ever use it, so we don't really know. We're just kind of stuck in what it was like a while ago. So it might be better now. But I don't know how much control there is in terms of, like, moderation. And I know there's emote support now, but I don't know if, like, streamers can have their own emotes or if it's just, like, emojis. Plus, also, like, if the alternative of Twitch is to go to the other massive monopoly company, that's not really helpful. As bad as some of the decisions that Twitch makes is, at least it's not another Google company. Like, we really don't need more of the internet's content centralized around YouTube. But also, like, Twitch keeps on trying to run its platform into the ground, and at some point people are just actually gonna leave. Once their new, like, subscriber split really, like, kicks in for most big streamers. Because I think that started, or is starting very soon, but, like, a lot of streamers, if you signed a contract before that goes into effect, then you're still good until the end of that contract. It's just, like, starting on that date, they won't offer any new contracts that are that aren't the 50-50 split, because most big streamers actually have like a 70, or had anyways, a 70-30. And even like streamers that were very much like in the past, like, yeah, there's no reason for me to leave Twitch. Like, you know, if like Mixer wanted me to join them, they'd have to offer me such a ridiculous amount of money that like there's no way they're going to actually offer that. As soon as that like split got announced, that they were doing away with the 70-30s, that streamer immediately was just like, yeah, you know, maybe I can consider YouTube. Like, it's always just been a money thing, so if Twitch is gonna be taking away a bunch of my money, then there's no reason for me not to consider it. So it's just like overnight, people that weren't ever really planning on switching from Twitch were like, yeah, you know, maybe it's an option. So we'll see. Unfortunately, there just aren't good options. What's the one? Not Kick. Kick is no. I don't... Is it Rumble? I think Rumble's the other one that's like the current version of Hitbox, basically. Not in that, like, you know, Hitbox became Rumble. Just like it's the very minor streaming option that no one uses. And so it's kind of this problem where no content creator really wants to go over to that platform because no one uses it. But also... Or, you know, there's no viewers. But also there's no viewers because there's no major streamers over there. Like, obviously, everyone is probably going to be a lot more gun-shy about offering big deals to streamers to hot platforms because, like, everyone saw what happened with Ninja. And it's like, oh, okay, well, no real reason to do that if it's just going to, like, cost us a bunch of money for no real gain. But also, I think it heavily depends on the streamer that they get. Because, like, the thing with Ninja was, once he got all that money, he kind of just like, okay, cool. I'm just going to do whatever I want now. Like, he was trying to be the biggest streamer. And then he got that insane deal. And he was just like, all right, cool. I can relax now. And so then all of his viewers that only cared about him basically tryharding in Fortnite were silently like, oh, well, this isn't what I want to watch anymore. So they just stayed on Twitch because his content wasn't what they wanted. And again, Mixer had some other issues as well. I really don't... Hold on. Alright. But yeah, I don't think Microsoft really gave Mixer enough of a chance. But with some of the allegation stuff coming out, I think they just said, fuck it, we're just gonna get rid of this. Let's just make this problem go away. But, like, it would have been really nice, and I think Mixer probably was the best chance that we've had to there being an actual Twitch competitor that isn't YouTube. Since it had the backing of, like, a major company, right, with Microsoft. It's kind of the problem. It's like the only way to get into this space is to have a whole lot of money. like actually running one of these platforms. So it basically has to be one of the big companies, but because of that, the big companies just end up running into the ground. Or it just, you know, you get like Twitch where it gets bought by a major monopoly. And it's like, okay, cool. So we just have a handful of companies that run the internet now. Like, on one hand, you know, an alternative to YouTube and Twitch would be nice, but also, like, it's Microsoft, so, like, you know, it's still Microsoft, Amazon, Google, you know? Or, like, Facebook gaming. Yeah, let me get right on that. Is Facebook gaming even still a thing, actually? I have no idea. Because I know... You know it's bad when... Like, when Mixer got shut down, Microsoft, like, made the deal so that way all of their streamers would have their contracts. Either they could just, like, terminate the contract, or if they still wanted it to be honored, they could switch over to Facebook. And basically every streamer said, yeah, no, fuck that. Like, everyone that had a deal and was like, oh yeah, you can go to Facebook Gaming. And they're like, yeah, no, I'll just, like, terminate the contract and I'll head over to Twitch again. I'm good. Facebook Gaming is a bad idea because only younger people would ever watch gaming. Yeah, if Facebook was smart, they would have just created their own platform, but it's Facebook, so they would never consider doing that because they're so stupid. Like, I do definitely think that Facebook had, like, tried to do it, like, you know, just its own platform, like what YouTube kind of, not necessarily needs to do, but, like, it shouldn't be mixed in with, like, the regular content. And Facebook, especially, like you say, it already has the association where the younger audience is just not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Hey, what's up, Pork Pig? Welcome in. Unfortunately, I think you're actually coming in right at the end of the stream here. I'm about to wrap up. But yeah, welcome in. Just working on some shiny hunting. I am having no luck with this Breed Tauros, which is a shame. We're like way over. Whoops. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why it is, but that tends to happen a lot. Like, I don't do it intentionally, but like I do need to get ready to go to my actual job, so I don't really have a choice about dipping out right now. But yeah, that seems to happen a lot. Like, especially when I would stream late at night, it would be like, oh hey, new person came in. I'm wrapping up in like 2 minutes. Whoops. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to wrap up there. God, I just need to get this thing. How many more boxes do I have? Biggest thing about trying to do these shiny hunts is like collecting the eggs beforehand, so I have to get rid of all this. But hey, at least Pokemon Home's out, so I can do that easily. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm going to wrap up. I think I'll stream tomorrow. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Because it's... Yeah, like, I might do, like, designing the poster. I might do more of this. I might do some Nintendo Switch Online. Probably not that last one. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully I can see you tomorrow. But yeah, I'll figure out what I'm doing tomorrow when we get there. It'll be in the title. It'll be in the going live notification. But yeah, and then probably nothing Sunday or Monday. And then Tuesday, I would like to start around 11 a.m. I want to start around 11 a.m. in general, but we'll see. But that'll go later. That'll go until like 7 or 8 p.m. most likely, especially if I start late. And again, I think I'll be doing Car Mechanic Sim, but we'll see. Yeah, thank everyone who watched this far. Happy to be back and like have a good reason for being gone for 2 weeks for once, because you know I've been moving stuff around. I definitely want to get back into the swing of things, do some different stuff, but also keep doing the same stuff with Pokemon, try and get some more shinies. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I definitely appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.